Hey guys, I am Thrift Store Dave, and today I am very excited to do an unboxing video of a lot of junk drawer items that I bought on eBay. So let me explain the story behind why I did this. So periodically, if I'm bored, if it's raining and I can't go to garage sales, or if I'm sick, or if it's 10 at night, I won't be at thrift stores or garage sales. I'll be scanning eBay to see if there are lots of things that I could buy if the items within the lot are valuable enough to resell individually. That way I could still make a good amount of profit. It's like bringing the thrift store to you through eBay. The lot that I'm going to specifically share and open for you guys today was one that I bought for $37, including shipping. It was very poorly described. It was just described as large junk drawer lot. So a few people may have looked at it, but not nearly as many as people who had titles that were more specific, which would include watches and other items in the lot. All right, so without further ado, I've got my scissors. Let's get this box open and I can share with you all what was in it, in this lot, and why I thought it was valuable. I've made a few notes in advance also about what items are worth, so that way you can see what's resellable and what's valuable out there. You can see it was packed very nicely. Not a lot of ability for items to shift. All right, very cool. So right off the bat, there is this spool of lace that I didn't even notice when I was buying the lot. I'm gonna set this aside, do some homework, and see if vintage lace spools, 10 yards, are of any value. If you know, please comment. Let's see here. Got a couple of old perfume containers by a brand called Shalimar. And so I looked these up. They're pretty old. They're empty, but even the old ones have an antique value to them. So between that one in its original box and then this much older one in its original box, the two I think I should be able to resell for at least $20. So I'm already more than halfway to my purchase price, which included the shipping. So we got the jewelry container, containers of, this is distracting, I've got so much goodies in here. The perfume containers, okay. Had some cufflinks that I hadn't noticed before. I'm gonna do a little inspection, see if there's any brand on them. They don't look to be any specific brand. So these are gonna go in a lot of cufflinks that I have that I've just been waiting to sell. Again, you know, when on everything in here, here's another spool. This is a 30-foot spool for $15, again, of lace. So I'm gonna put it with the other one, see if I can package that as a lot. This I had noted in the listing. They were a lot of old post-war and some pre-war German coins. So this was from 1949, and individually these were listed for between $1 and $5 a piece. I figured if I were to just put them all in their own lot, that perhaps a coin collector would want to give me at least $5 for all of them, probably more. Maybe a little bit of bidding war could occur. We've got interesting liner of sorts. Got a few of those. Didn't notice those in the lot either, so part of it was used to wrap other items, but I'm gonna do some homework and see what I can do with that. Okay, found a very interesting old pewter spoon. It's German pewter, and it is a BSF brand. So it dates to the 40s. I've looked up other ones online, and as far as what I had valued for this, actually I couldn't find a comp. The other ones were smaller, so this might actually be fairly valuable. So I'm hoping for $10 for this. Okay, there was a bag of jewelry, including some coral dangle earrings. So I figure this is at least a $5 bag, but I'm gonna dig through it piece by piece and see what I find. I'm hoping that some of these might be surprising. Okay, next we have, one of the main reasons I bought this lot was for the bag of watches that it contained, okay? Within this bag, we had a few different ones. There was a Seiko in here that's gonna value at 10 to 15 bucks if I put a battery in and it's working condition. Seikos always resell. There was also a pocket watch made by a company called Madonna. And I've got it right here. I believe there was a lid that fell off in here, so if I can get that in working condition, that's a $10 piece as well. Plus there's 6 other watches that I counted in the listing, so at least 20 bucks more value of those additional watches. So this will be fun to putter through, and I'll see what I can get for those. Moving along, this was a wrapped up figurine. Okay, the label on it has nothing to do with the actual figurine, but I am gonna Google image this. It looks like it's Christmas themed. You can see it's cute. Does not have a name on the bottom, so this is where Google image could be helpful, and I'll see what aftermarket value that can have. This was curious. It was an old McDonald's figurine from the 80s. I believe it dates to 1984. It was kind of like a play on Smurfs. And so instead of a Smurf character, it had a different name. That one I didn't document, but I believe it's like $5 to $10 value. There was another old Happy Meal toy in here as well. I believe it was this one. Also dating to the 80s, was a Wizard of Oz Dorothy toy, and those go for $5. Actually, it wasn't 80s, it was from 2013, I'm sorry. Okay. There were these 2 creatures that I saw in a lot. Couldn't Google image them well through the listing, but they're identical. They have holes on the back, suggesting that they could be put on a pencil. So I'm thinking that these could be like Raggedy Ann, and I could market them as such, as pencil decorators, but I'm not quite sure. Gonna do a little more work. Obviously one's missing her leg, that's unfortunate, but the other isn't. Okay. A couple other items here. No idea what this is. Embroidery starter kit instructions. So it's for embroidering. All right, we have an old rubber duck. It's a thermal one. These were meant to be put into baths for kids, and when the water's too hot, you know to turn the water heat down so your kid doesn't scald. This one's old. I don't know if it works. I don't believe they have much value. I'm probably just gonna discard it. Okay, we have an ultra thin solar calculator. Gotta do a little bit of homework on that, just because of the ultra thin nature of it, credit card size. I'm wondering if these are more collectible. Looks very cool. So I'll do a little homework on that. There's another calculator that is not valuable. Still a few more items to dig through here. A decorative box. Has no value, probably just gonna toss it. This looks like a companion to this. They're made by Esso. I believe that these are gas tanks, but they're salt and pepper shakers. So I'm gonna do a little bit of homework, see if there's any value to them or if they're just filler. Got a couple dolls that are non-specific. We'll see if those have any value. Got a penguin here. So mostly just junk in the rest of the box, as the ad suggested. But I bought the lot for the watches. I bought the lot for some of the jewelry and for the coins. Basically adding up all the things that I looked up before I even agreed to purchase with shipping, I should conservatively make at least 3 times what I paid. So for me, it was a fun exercise in digging through stuff, figuring out what might have value, what might not, and then also profiting in the process. It gave me something to do. Did it make hundreds of dollars? No. But if it makes 70, 80 bucks, helps build my eBay rating, then I'm still happy I did it. Okay, so I hope this was at least a little interesting for you guys too. Please like the video if you did, subscribe if you haven't. If you're curious about any of these items and what they're going for actively on eBay, I do periodic videos on what I've sold items for compared to what I paid for them, as well as videos, or you could just go to my eBay page, which is LC208, and see what's actively up at the moment. All right, so thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys again soon.